Have you ever woken up feeling more tired than when you went to bed? That heavy feeling, as if you've just gone through a battle, instead of a peaceful, healing night's rest? It's a feeling so many of us know all too well. But what if I told you that your favorite sleeping position, the very same one you've trusted for decades, could be the one thing silently putting pressure on your heart, blocking your breath, and grinding away at the cartilage in your joints while you sleep? And here's the frightening part that nobody talks about. For those of us over 60, simply lying down the wrong way can dramatically increase nightly stress on our cardiovascular system. As a doctor who has spent over 30 years caring for folks in their golden years, I can tell you a truth that often gets overlooked. 3 of the most common sleeping positions are the hidden culprits behind so many health issues we mistakenly blame on just getting older. This isn't just textbook theory. Let me tell you about a patient of mine, John, a retired firefighter. He was a proud man, always the one taking care of others. He came to me completely exhausted, his blood pressure was all over the place, and his family was worried sick. We ran test after test, but nothing added up. Then one day, his wife mentioned offhandedly that he snored like a chainsaw. The problem wasn't his heart medication. It was his lifelong habit of sleeping on his back, which was dangerously worsening a sleep apnea condition he never even knew he had. In today's video, we are going to walk through these 3 dangerous sleeping positions, step by step. I'm not here to scare you. I'm here to arm you. More importantly, I will show you the simple, cost-free adjustments you can make tonight, literally tonight, to protect yourself. And please, make sure you stay with me until the very end. The 3rd sleeping position we'll discuss is one that many people actually believe is healthy. Understanding and correcting it can be an absolute game-changer for your heart health and for ending that awful nighttime acid reflux. Everything I'm sharing with you today is grounded in proven medical science and, just as importantly, in the real-world experiences from the thousands of patients I've been privileged to care for over the years. Before we dive in, I truly want to know how many of us have faced this. If what I've just shared feels familiar to you, please take a moment to comment with a simple yes below. It shows me you understand, and more importantly, it shows others in our community that they are not alone. Okay, let's get started. Alright, now we are moving into the first of our 3 dangerous sleeping positions. Dangerous position number 1. Sleeping on your back, the enemy of your breath. So many of us have been led to believe that sleeping flat on our backs is the gold standard for health. It feels neutral, it looks symmetrical, and we often see it recommended for spinal alignment. But for those of us over the age of 60, this seemingly perfect position can quietly transform into a dangerous trap for our airway. The very act of lying down in what seems like the most restful way can, in fact, be sabotaging the single most important function our body performs while we sleep: breathing. It's a difficult truth to accept, but understanding it is the first step toward reclaiming your energy and protecting your long-term health. Let's talk about what is actually happening inside your body when you lie on your back. To understand it, I want you to imagine a simple gate at the back of your throat. During the day, when you're upright, the muscles hold this gate wide open, allowing air to pass through freely. But at night, when you lie on your back, a powerful force takes over: gravity. Gravity begins to pull on the tissues in your throat, and most importantly, it pulls on your tongue. Slowly, your tongue relaxes and falls backward, acting like a heavy door that is slowly swinging shut, narrowing that critical airway. This creates a bottleneck. Air struggles to get through, vibrating the surrounding tissues as it passes, which is what we hear as snoring. But it's much more serious than just noise. This is where the process of aging becomes a crucial factor. As we get older, it's not just the muscles in our arms and legs that lose a bit of their tone and firmness. The muscles lining our throat do as well. They become softer, more pliable. So now, that gate I mentioned doesn't just have gravity pulling it closed. The gate itself has become weaker, less able to resist. This is precisely why snoring and breathing interruptions become so much more common and more dangerous as we age. The body's natural defenses against airway collapse are simply not as robust as they were in our 30s or 40s. This combination of gravity and weakening muscle tone is the perfect storm for respiratory distress during sleep. And what are the signs that this is happening to you? They are often subtle and easy to dismiss. Do you ever wake up with a dull, throbbing headache first thing in the morning? Do you find yourself suddenly jerking awake at night with a gasp or a feeling of choking? And most tellingly, Do you sleep for a full 7 or 8 hours, yet wake up feeling utterly exhausted, as if you've had no rest at all? This profound daytime fatigue, this brain fog that makes it hard to concentrate, is a classic symptom. Your body might have been in bed, but it wasn't resting. It was fighting hour after hour for every single breath. This nightly battle for oxygen puts immense strain on your heart and your brain, contributing to high blood pressure and other serious cardiovascular issues over time. Leading sleep medicine experts across the country are in complete agreement. For individuals with any tendency towards snoring or breathing interruptions, sleeping on the back is consistently the most detrimental position. I remember a patient of mine so clearly, a wonderful woman named Barbara. She was a retired schoolteacher who came to me complaining of constant fatigue. Her husband was the one who provided the crucial clue. He said, with great concern, that at night she would go silent for a few seconds, and then let out a loud snore or a gasp. After we talked, I convinced her to try a very simple experiment. I told her to stop sleeping on her back. We got her a long body pillow to hug, which naturally kept her positioned on her side. The change was nothing short of remarkable. After just 1 week, her husband reported that the scary, silent pauses were gone. And Barbara, she came back to my office with a light in her eyes I hadn't seen before. She told me, "I feel like I've woken up for the first time in years. I feel 10 years younger." All from one simple change. So, here is the clear, actionable step you can take. Stop forcing your body to fight for air. The most effective solution is to train yourself to become a side sleeper. Place a firm pillow or a specifically designed body pillow in front of your chest to hug. This simple prop makes it much more comfortable and physically prevents you from rolling onto your back during the night. You can even place a pillow behind your back for extra support. It might feel strange for a few nights, but the payoff, in terms of energy, mental clarity, and heart health, is immeasurable. Stop the unnecessary strain on your heart and brain. Please, start breathing easier tonight. If you or someone you love has ever struggled with snoring or that feeling of daytime exhaustion, I want you to do something for me. Go to the comments below and write the word breathe. It's a powerful reminder for yourself, and a signal of support to others in our community, that we all deserve a night of truly restful, healing breath. Now, let's move on to the second dangerous position. Dangerous position number 2. Sleeping on your stomach, the nightmare for your spine. Next, we need to talk about the stomach sleeper. For many, this is the ultimate comfort position. It can feel cozy, secure, and it's often the fastest way for people to drift off to sleep. But while it may feel good in the moment, this position is arguably the most mechanically stressful posture you can put your body in for an extended period. It is, quite simply, an unfolding nightmare for the delicate alignment of your neck and spine, creating silent damage that accumulates night after night, year after year. Let's visualize what's happening here. To breathe while lying on your stomach, you have no choice but to turn your head sharply to one side. Now, imagine holding that exact position for not 5 minutes, but for 6, 7, or even 8 hours straight. You are forcing your neck into a state of constant, sustained rotation. This puts an enormous amount of strain on the vertebrae, muscles, and ligaments in your neck, which can lead to pinched nerves and restricted blood flow. But the damage doesn't stop there. Think about the natural, gentle S-curve of your spine. It's designed to absorb shock and distribute weight evenly. When you lie on your stomach, your midsection sinks into the mattress, causing your lower back to arch unnaturally. This flattens that crucial curve in your lumbar spine, putting direct, compressive pressure on it all night long. The aging process makes our bodies far more vulnerable to this kind of mechanical stress. As we get older, the gelatinous discs that sit between our vertebrae, which act like little shock-absorbing cushions, naturally begin to lose water content. They become thinner, less spongy, and less forgiving. Think of them like jelly donuts that are slowly drying out over the years. When you were 20, your discs could handle the stress of a bad sleeping position. But now, in your 60s, 70s, or 80s, those thinner discs can't take the pressure. Sleeping on your stomach accelerates this process of wear and tear, contributing directly to degenerative disc disease and chronic pain. And the symptoms of this nightly assault are all too familiar to many. Do you wake up with a stiff, painful neck that makes it hard to turn your head? Do you have a persistent, dull ache in your lower back that seems to have no obvious cause? Do you experience tingling or numbness radiating down your arms or into your hands? These are not just random aches of getting old. They are often the direct, predictable results of forcing your spine into a misaligned, high-stress position for a third of your life. It's the morning mystery pain, the kind that makes you feel 100 years old before you've even had your first cup of coffee. From a structural standpoint, most chiropractors and physical therapists I've worked with over the years consider stomach sleeping to be the absolute most harmful position for long-term spinal health. I had a patient, Robert, a retired carpenter with a strong work ethic. He came to me convinced that his chronic low back pain was just the price he had to pay for a lifetime of lifting heavy lumber. He accepted it as his fate. We talked about his daily routines, and he happened to mention he'd been a stomach sleeper his entire life. A light bulb went on. I suggested he try sleeping on his side, with a pillow placed firmly between his knees to keep his hips aligned. He was skeptical, but he was in enough pain to try anything. 2 weeks later, he returned to my office and stood up, straight, with a look of disbelief on his face. The pain wasn't gone entirely, but he said it was reduced by more than half. The main culprit wasn't his years of hard work, it was his hours of poor rest. So, what is the constructive action you can take? If you are a dedicated stomach sleeper, breaking the habit can be difficult. So let's start with a harm reduction step. Try placing a thin, flat pillow under your hips and lower abdomen. This can help reduce some of the severe arching in your lower back. However, the ultimate goal should be to transition away from this position entirely. The method that helped Robert, side sleeping with a supportive pillow between the knees, is the gold standard for maintaining spinal neutrality throughout the night. Your spine has carried you through your entire life. It has supported you through thick and thin. Please, don't torture it while it's supposed to be healing at night. If you have ever woken up with that frustrating, nagging pain in your back or neck, please go to the comments and write "No more pain." It's a powerful commitment to yourself, a promise to start treating your spine with the care and respect it truly deserves. And that brings us to our third, and perhaps most surprising, dangerous sleeping position. Dangerous position number 3. Sleeping on your right side, the trigger for acid reflux. Finally, we arrive at our third position, and this one often comes as a complete surprise to my patients. We've established that back sleeping can be bad for breathing and stomach sleeping is terrible for the spine, which logically makes side sleeping the winner. And it is. But here's the crucial detail. Which side you choose to sleep on can make a world of difference, especially for the millions of us who struggle with heartburn or acid reflux. While sleeping on your left side can be incredibly healing, sleeping on your right side can actually trigger and worsen this painful condition. To understand why, we need a quick lesson in human anatomy. Your stomach isn't perfectly symmetrical. It sits in your abdomen with a distinct curve. The connection between your esophagus, the tube your food travels down, and your stomach is located on the right side of your stomach's main body. At this junction, there is a muscular ring called the lower esophageal sphincter, or LES. Think of it as a small, powerful valve or a trapdoor. Its job is to open to let food in, and then clamp tightly shut to keep powerful stomach acid from splashing back up into the delicate lining of your esophagus. When you lie on your right side, because of the stomach shape, this valve is positioned below the level of the stomach acid. Gravity now works against you, causing the acid to pool against that valve, making it much easier for it to leak through. And once again, the natural aging process makes us more susceptible. Just like any other muscle in the body, that little valve, the LES, can weaken over time. It may not close with the same force it did when we were younger. This is a primary reason why acid reflux becomes more common as we age. So, when you combine a naturally weaker valve with a sleeping position that literally submerges that valve in acid, you are creating the perfect recipe for nighttime discomfort. You are essentially inviting that burning acid to travel where it doesn't belong. The symptoms this causes can ruin a good night's sleep. It's that familiar, painful, burning sensation rising up in your chest, often mistaken for a heart issue. It's the sour, acidic taste that suddenly floods your mouth in the middle of the night. It's that persistent, dry, hacking cough that seems to come out of nowhere, which is often just your body's reaction to acid irritating your throat. These episodes not only disrupt your sleep but can also cause long-term damage to your esophagus if left unchecked. The scientific evidence on this is incredibly clear and consistent. Numerous digestive health studies, published in major gastroenterology journals, have used probes to measure acid levels in the esophagus during sleep. They have conclusively shown that people experience significantly longer and more frequent acid exposure when sleeping on their right side compared to their left. When you sleep on your left side, the stomach is positioned so that the valve is now safely above the acid level. Gravity becomes your friend, helping to keep the stomach contents down where they belong. I'll never forget a patient named Susan, a lovely woman whose greatest joy in life was cooking and enjoying big Italian meals with her family. But she told me she always had to pay the price. She'd enjoy a wonderful dinner, only to spend the night propped up on pillows, suffering from terrible heartburn. She thought it was just something she had to live with. I gave her one single piece of advice. After dinner, make a conscious effort to fall asleep on your left side. She called my office a week later, and she was ecstatic. She said, "It's like magic. I can finally enjoy my lasagna again without dreading the night." It wasn't magic. It was simple physics. The solution here is wonderfully straightforward. Start making a conscious effort to fall asleep on your left side. If you wake up in the middle of the night and find you've rolled over, gently guide yourself back to the left. To make it even more effective, you can use a wedge pillow to elevate your entire torso, or even place a couple of sturdy books under the head posts of your bed to raise it by a few inches. This creates a gentle slope that makes it even harder for acid to travel uphill. It's a simple, mechanical fix for a miserable mechanical problem. You deserve to reclaim your peaceful, uninterrupted nights from the burn of acid reflux. Wow, was anyone surprised by this one? It's a piece of information that can be so incredibly helpful. If you found this tip useful, please let me and the community know by commenting left side below. It will help you remember this simple but powerful secret to a better night's sleep. Let's circle back for a moment to John, the retired firefighter I told you about at the beginning. That constant bone-deep exhaustion he was feeling, the unstable blood pressure that worried his family so much. It all came down to the very first dangerous position we discussed. His lifelong habit of sleeping on his back. A habit that seemed so harmless. Today, after making the simple change to become a side sleeper, John is a different man. He's full of energy. His blood pressure has stabilized. And most importantly to him, he told me he can now get down on the floor and play with his grandkids without feeling completely wiped out afterward. All of it, every bit of that renewed vitality, began with one small conscious change in how he lay down to sleep at night. I hope that after exploring these 3 common sleeping habits, you see just how powerful these small adjustments can be. Your health, especially in our golden years, isn't always about expensive treatments or complicated routines. It's built, night by night, in the quiet, simple choices we make. Remember, your bed should be a place of healing, a sanctuary for recovery, not a place that causes harm. A small shift in how you rest can create a massive, wonderful change in how you live the rest of your days. As we wrap up our time together, we've uncovered 3 critical habits that can truly transform our sleep and our health. But knowledge is only powerful when we put it into action. So now, I have one important question for you. What is the one commitment you are making to yourself after watching this video? It doesn't have to be a big one. It could be as simple as, I will try sleeping with a pillow between my knees, or I will start on my left side tonight. Please, share your personal commitment in the comments below. When you write it down, it becomes real. And reading your commitments helps inspire everyone else in our community to take that first, crucial step. And if you found real value and inspiration in our time together today, the simplest way to show your support is by giving this video a like. It truly helps me know what resonates with you. To ensure you continue on this journey with us, and never miss another video full of life-changing wisdom, please hit that subscribe button. It's more than just a click. It's you joining a wonderful community, a family of folks all dedicated to living our best lives together. Finally, think of one person in your life who needs to hear this message today. Maybe it's a spouse, a sibling, or a dear friend. Please, share this video with them. You never know whose life you might touch. Thank you for your time and your trust. Have a truly peaceful and healing night's sleep. Stay healthy, stay wise, and I'll see you in the next video.